happening. My name is Tobega, and today we'll be looking at a grade 12 tourism topic called travel documentation. So I'll be using top class textbook, grade 12, it's a learner's book, and also these documents. You need your passport and your ID. So travel documents are important because they give a traveler permission to enter and leave a country. So you need different types of documents. You need a passport, you need a visa, but not every country requires a visa. You also need medical certificates, and you'd also need an international driver's license. That's if you're intending on driving in an international country. Obtain an international driver's license. So by you having an international driver's license, it means that you have a driver's license from your origin country. So you can't get an international driver's license when you don't have your own driver's license from your country. And an international driver's license has different languages so that people who do not really understand English, they're able to read it. And it can also allow you to rent a car in an international country. These are the steps that you need to follow when you want an international driver's license. So you need to really pay attention, because normally this is what they ask you in a test, in an assignment or exam or somewhere. So you really need to remember these. So first things first, you need to fill in a form. Secondly, you need to pay a fee, of which in 2009, in May, it was 249 rands. I don't know how much it is right now, so you need to do your research. And then they also need 2 photographs, which are glossy, shiny, so they can be matte. We want to see your face. And then you must provide your ID or your passport. And then you must also provide your original driver's license, or a copy, a certified copy, back and front. And you must make sure that all your documents are not dated older than 2 months. An international driver's license can be issued out under the following conditions. Number 1, you must have a valid South African driver's license. Number 2, an international driver's license is valid for 1 to 3 years, provided your original driver's license is not expired. So for example, if your international driver's license, it has to work, it's valid for 3 years, right? So it won't work if your driver's license is expiring in 2 months. You understand? I hope that makes sense. And your international driver's license, as well as your South African driver's license, must be produced together at the same time when anyone is asking to see your license. And in an international country or foreign country, they normally ask you for your international driver's license so that they can allow you to rent a car. So now let us talk about passports. Passport is a document that allows a person to enter and leave a country. It is compulsory for you to have a passport, because that's what you need for you to be able to cross border. So in South Africa, passports are issued by the Department of Home Affairs under the regulations of South African Passport and Travel Documents Act of 1994. An application form. An application form needs to be completed personally, and if one is overseas, then they need to hand it in at the South African's embassy. And then you also need to provide your valid ID document, and then you also need to pay a fee of which I think it's 400 rands or 450, somewhere there. And then you also have to provide 2 photographs that are in color, and you also need to have your fingerprints taken. And if you're applying for an official passport, then you need a letter from your employer. For a child's passport, we need the both parents' IDs and the child's birth certificate. Now we're talking about the child who is younger than 16 years. And then we also need a, what is this called? If one parent is deceased, we need a death certificate. And then we also need an appointment letter, a copy of an appointment letter from the court of the child's guardian. And then also, if the child is more than 16 years old but less than 18 years old, we need a consent letter from the parent. So this whole entire process of getting a passport takes 10 weeks, and a temporary passport takes 1 week, and an emergency passport takes 1 day. That gives traveler permission to be in the country for a specific time period for specific reasons. So visas gives countries an opportunity to screen applicants so that they don't have undesirable or unwanted people in their countries. Most countries mostly require a visa, but few don't, so do your research before traveling. So this is what you need to do in order for you to get a visa. First is you fill in an application form. Secondly, you pay, and then you also provide pictures, and then you also you have to provide your passport, and then you have to also provide proof that you've already booked a flight to that particular place. So once you have all these documents, all these things, you go to a relevant embassy, and then you submit all those things. Your visa will be processed at a relevant embassy. We have different types of visas. We have a transit visa that is a visa during a transit flight time. So this visa cannot exceed 72 hours, and you have to have an onward ticket flight. So if it happens that you are in a connecting flight and you're from here to Hong Kong, and then from Hong Kong to another country, you get a visa to Hong Kong, for example, but it's not more than 72 hours. And then we have a working visa. So this gives you permission to work at a particular place. And then we also have a medical visa. A medical visa gives you permission to receive medical treatment in another country, but that form must be accompanied by a letter of recommendation from a medical practitioner. And then we have a holiday visa. This is granted to people who want to go on a holiday, but you cannot be found working in a foreign country when you have that visa. And then we also have a multi-visa. So this is a type of visa where that happened because of in European countries there was a popularity. Maybe people were traveling to these countries, so they made a pact. So that means that you can only use one visa to visit. There's 25 countries, of which it helps tourists, and it's more convenient because you only just need one visa to visit Portugal, Spain, Netherlands, Iceland, and so forth.
Okay guys, let us try and attempt to answer the questions on the previous activity. The first question is, what is a multi-visa? A multi-visa is a specific type of visa that allows a holder to enter a country multiple times within a given time frame. Okay, let us look at question 2, and it says, what are the advantages of a multi-visa? Advantage is that you do not have to reapply to visit the country. And also, you can travel in a short notice. Remember, guys, we said that the European countries were popular and they came together, and then they decided that people don't have to reapply for visas. They can use one visa to visit different countries in Europe. So that meant it was cheaper for people to travel because you only need one visa. So that is another advantage of a multiple visa. Okay, so let us look at number 3. So we have a box here of different types of visas and scenarios here. A says, Mark is a Taiwanese 18-year-old student who has decided to enroll at the University of Cape Town to complete a business degree. So he would require a study visa or permit. And then we have B. A Mozambican national has accepted a permanent job offer at the Tourism Grading Council of South Africa. He would need a work visa. Or permit. Let us look at C. The Morris family have to attend a family wedding the Naidu family has decided to stop over in Dubai en route to India. They will spend 7 hours in Dubai, so they would need a transit visa. If you still remember, transit visa is whereby you need it if you are having a connecting flight and it's less than 24 hours. So they'll only be in Dubai for only 7 hours. So it's a transit visa. And indeed, the Morris family have to attend a family wedding in Zimbabwe. So they would need a tourist visa. And then lastly, Ian will travel to South Africa to attend a series of team building events for his company. He would need a business visa.